Alrighty, folks, we got the Silver Sun pickups keeping us rocking there with Lazy Eye on WRSE. This is 88.7 FM, Elmhurst College Radio, Good Time Sunday, on every Sunday from 6 to 8 p.m. Very glad to be here with, once again, Mr. Marcel Forrest, a.k.a. Chubbs. What's going on, man?
Nothing much, man.
Thanks for, thank you very much for being back on. You're on, do you remember the exact date or kind of time you were on last year?
It was somewhere between the last week in December. No, you know when it was? It was in January.
January. Okay. So remember, it was cold out because you and I, we met through work actually. We basically worked at the same place doing different things. This one day, basically, when I first started working there, so yeah, that had to be like, like December-ish. I think is whenever we took the rides. It had to be like January that you were on. But basically, worked out that if I saw what the actual couriers do, that's what you do at this place where we were working. And they thought that if I took a ride with an actual courier, then I would kind of understand what my job is better. Long story short, whatever. So we're driving, and Marcel's a super cool dude, just from the very start. And then he goes, "Hey man, I actually write songs. I write music. You should check it out." Remember, we just drove and we just listened to it, and it's just really good music, man. I don't know anyone else who puts out that kind of music. I mean, like I know that, there are people out there that do it, but the way that you do it's different. It's got this motion scene setting up. I don't even know how to put it, but you write good stuff that I would never think to write. We obviously write different styles of music, but something that I would never think to write, never think to like throw in. And you're really good at what you do. So why don't you tell people what it is that you make?
Well, I produce a multi-genre style of music. I produce house music. Okay. I do hip-hop. And clarify that, not just hip-hop like the commercial rap. I'm talking about like the underground jazz classics, things from back in the day like De La Soul, Tribe Called Quest, that era of hip-hop. I also do R&B and neo-soul. Jazz and blues, believe it or not, better off with the jazz than I am the blues, though. And the ambient chills, when you first met me, I was working on that particular genre. And so I moved on from there. It's funny, too, last time we were talking about what are considered songs or tracks. And I said, in order for my tracks to be considered a song, to me, in my personal opinion, it had to have lyrics to it. Totally. And I didn't do lyrics then. But you notice I'm saying then.
Yeah. And
so now I
good.
stepped into a new way of seeing, producing music. It sounds so much better with words to it,
Yeah.
And so I just started that, so please don't ask me to sing anything.
So then, tell me about the words that you're actually throwing in. Now, this is you putting them in? Like, this is you physically speaking them, singing them, writing them, or are you using something?
Not yet. I'm getting the ideas together. Because most of the lyrics that I put now on my tracks are either samples that I can grab from like various recordings from back in the day, a long time ago, things like that, or just little phrases here and there that you can pick up to add to like a house track.
Okay.
Now, as far as the vocals go, I haven't actually made a track with my own vocals on there because I'm still in the beginning stages, so I'm getting the programs together.
Sure.
Things that'll help me sound better, like our famous auto-tuner.
Yes, right, right.
So I got those programs together. Now I'm figuring out how to use them in a better way that suits my style. Because singing is not easy. I thought that auto-tuner did everything. If you can't hold a note, you're still going to sound bad.
Yeah.
It's going to sound bad with auto-tuner.
Yeah, man, you have to have singing is not easy, but nothing is easy, I guess. It all takes work. I always wonder if there really are people out there that just cannot sing. Like, without lessons, without anything. I feel like everybody, if they put their time into it, can do it, I would think, right?
I don't know.
Maybe that's just me having that positive attitude. Yeah.
I'm terrible.
Okay.
And so that's why I got this program, so that I can get a little better. Okay. Because, the programs really work. Most of them are by this company called Antares.
Okay.
They're the ones who made Auto-Tuner. And so they have multiple things. Like I picked up the Harmony Engine Evo packet that they have, which, by the way, if our listeners are listening, you into vocals and you have the proper program, is actually on sale now. That was just a plug for Antares. It's on sale for like $60, and normally it's $250.
Okay.
So I grabbed it right away.
Right.
It's like a 4-day thing. So the sale is over midnight Monday. So for $60, you're halfway there with the vocals,
Okay.
if that's what you decide to do.
Right on, which is what you have pretty much decided to do now. So now you just be moving on to the next step.
Yeah, which is writing and trying to control the squeaky voice.
Yeah, right. Right on, man. How much more equipment do you think you've picked up since the last time we've talked to now?
I think from the last time we talked until now, I've had 2 keyboards since then, another turntable, this MIDI controller. Most of everything else has been software, you know, picking up different programs here and there. I'm still working with Reasons and Mixcraft, but now I've added that, like I said, that VST, the plugin for the auto-tune and things like that, which enhances those programs. And other programs talk about 2 Melodyne. I think the proper name is Ceremony Melodyne, something like that.
Okay.
That program is good for adjusting vocals, because not only can you adjust when I say adjust the vocal, I mean like literally the vocals will be broke down in the program. You can literally grab that wrong note and drop it or raise it to the right pitch. So if you're sounding like you're being choked or squeezed, you can take that note and you can stretch it out, shorten it, drop it in the right pitch, so you don't have to sing the whole song over again.
Right.
You know, so I never thought a program like that would exist, but it apparently does.
Okay.
So
Excellent.
I picked up those things.
Well, hey, man, that sounds really, really, really cool. Is there anything that you haven't done yet that you're looking forward to doing down the road? Like something, you know, like, okay, so now you're gonna be working on vocals, you know. You're also gonna be working on, as far as the non-equipment side goes, you're gonna be working on writing lyrics, writing, throwing, you know, your own words in there. Is there anything that you would like to add in that you haven't done yet? 'Cause I don't know what else you would add in that you haven't, but like the next step after this.
I don't know. That's a good question. Because when I first met you, I was talking about trying to learn how to play guitar, and that didn't work out too good.
Okay.
You know, guitar, I'll take my chances with vocals before I try to master guitar.
Sure.
So that would be something I would like to add, because I've got ideas for guitar parts in my songs. But outside of that, I'm really not sure yet, you know, what it is I want to do. I know what it is I do now, and I'm just enhancing on that. But I actually think I've done it all, you know, or close to.
Do you think, so then the main instruments you'll be playing then are just this here, you got this MIDI keyboard setup kind of a thing?
Yeah, that's just for the purpose of the studio, to control the program. But I actually play piano, you know. That's why I was trying to learn how to play guitar, because the chords and the notes are pretty much the same type of, you know, machine. We talked about that last time I was here. But when it comes to playing it, I realized the difference that was there. And so, like, matter of fact, that track you play in there now, you know, that's a really good background track with a nice little light guitar on there. But see, that's the producer side of me. That's just an old jazz sample that I just take and I just chop and screw it.
Yeah.
You know, and that's actually the bass line. That's me playing that. You know,
Right on.
and so the jazz track is still playing, but I played the bass line in there to give it that old feel, you know. But then that breaks down too, and it gets into the more hip hop style of the track.
You think you'll ever get to the point where, and I'm sure, you know, it's at least something that you would keep open, but then again, I'm just kind of saying it here, but something that I could imagine was, you know, would you ever be willing to work with other artists, like, you know, vocal artists or someone that's looking for a track to sing over, to do something on?
Absolutely, absolutely. That's one of my, I would say, we could put that in the category of things I haven't done yet that I want to expound on more. In my mind, I visually see myself as a producer that's not exclusive to just either one style of music or you know, one style of, how can I put this? I would like to work with multiple people to do things. You know, it's producers out there that do that, and I envy those guys to a certain point, because I would like to be like that, known for working with this person, have my hands in this, or have my hands in that, you know, and not so much tied down to a record label, you know.
Totally.
I would like to work with different people.
And then have, like, you know, almost be your own label in a sense, not have to be told, I'm sure, you know, what to do and this and that.
Yeah.
Maybe you'll open up a company or something, or even just, you know, your own you know, you're like, I was gonna say publishing name, but know what the word I'm looking for is, but yeah, make your own label, make your own, you know, something where whenever artists come to work with, like you know, it's produced by Chubbs or, you know, whatever. And now, is that also a name that you think you're gonna keep
Chubb's?
Yeah,
Oh,
Chubb's.
yeah. That's my studio name, Chubb Studios.
Now, where does Chubb's come from? I think I asked you last time.
Yeah, that was actually comical how it came about. Before, when I was really into music, I was on the DJ side of it. Then I took a break. And when I came back to the music, I gained a nice amount of weight because a lot of things happened between that. I wound up getting married, wound up injuring myself playing ball. So the weight came, you know. And when I got back into music, I was like, man, what's a name that will fit me? And I was like, okay, I'm gonna go with Chubb since I'm all chubby now.
No, man, no. But I was gonna just mention, I mean, you're not a chubby guy. I mean, there are some chubby guys out there, man.
When I first came up with a name, though, in comparison to what I used to weigh, I was like $160.
Okay.
You know, by the time I came back into it, I had gained like 50 pounds. You know, so now I'm over the 200 mark. It ain't no going back.
Yeah, it's hard to go back. That's for sure. Yeah, man. But man, that's all right though, man. I'll tell you something though. I know that one thing is like you sent me all these tracks a couple days back, and you actually are doing different things here. Like you got house songs, you got rap songs, right? You got electronic songs. Like you said that there are really three main groups that you've been working with, right? Like three main styles of music, right?
Yeah, for like the last year.
How do you know? I mean, like what would that last song, that jazz song, that fall into more what, easy listening or?
No, that will fall under, personally to me, that falls under the hip hop category.
Okay. Okay. It's a good track, right?
Or like you said, it could be easily listening, but what would you actually lyrically? What would you put with that track? When you think about that, then maybe you can find the genre for it. Could it be like spoken word, or could it be like I said, hip hop? Can you sing to it? I don't know.
Right.
I know somebody out there with the lyrical talent that they heard that, and that's what they were feeling. They could write something to it.
Absolutely. Do you think? Is it ever hard? Like, do you ever go into a song writing and saying, okay, I'm gonna write this for song style A, as opposed to B, C, and D, or do you just kind of jam around and then find a good loop and then that's how you build it up? You know what I'm saying? Like, how do you know where to? Whenever you go and like write a song, make a song, are you thinking of making a song for hip hop, or like, all right, this is Monday, I'm gonna write a song for hip hop. Like, all right, this is Saturday, I'm gonna write a song for house. You know what I'm saying? Like, how does that all work?
That goes with the feeling of what I'm listening to. You know how you go through moods when you listen to music?
Yeah.
Like, you might start off the week listening to, let's say, jazz, and then by the middle of the week, you're listening to soul, something like that. Whenever I feel like being creative, whatever I've been listening to previously will influence what I wind up making. Okay. You know what I mean? So like before I sit down and make anything, once I start making something, I already know what genre I want to go with. Now, how it's going to happen, that usually just comes about from a loop or a particular sample. I remember last time, he was like, you're the first person I've met that like makes a beat strictly from a sound that they hear. And then it wraps around that, I still do that.
That's right, I remember that, yeah. That was excellent, man. That was really, really good. Now, people can also check out your songs over the internet, right? You got like a website and all that?
It's still LakestreetDetour.com, which is LakeStreetDetour.com. But I'm also on Instagram under DJ Chubb38. And, no, that's SoundCloud. I'm on SoundCloud. It's DJ Chubb38. Okay. Or you can follow me on Instagram as DJ Rocker Party.
Okay. Right.
Yeah. So, I mean, with the internet now, you'll find yourself having multiple emails, multiple this and that, different websites. This is just, sometimes it can be overwhelming because you got to update all of those. Every time you make one new track, they got to go on all of them to stay current. And that's not my favorite part of it, but that's what happens. So if I'm overwhelming your listeners, they're telling you this website versus that website, just check out one and you'll find me through links for the rest.
Right on. Right on. Now, something that many people have said is that a man is only as strong as the woman that he comes home to. And your wife is actually here with us in the studio.
Very beautiful wife.
And what does she bring to you? Like, how does she help you in your artistic process?
Space.
Yeah.
She lets me do my thing. So when I'm in there, she knows. It's like there's certain periods when I'm making a track that you know how I'm saying everything seems to be working like the cars on the clock.
Mm-hmm.
At that particular moment, that's like she leaves me alone during that moment. You know, no matter what's going on. Now, if the house is on fire, it's a different story.
Yeah, right,
You know?
right.
But like, let's just say food's ready, or somebody's knocking on the door, or phone call, something like those things. She takes care of herself, and she listens to a lot of my music, and she's very supportive too.
Mm-hmm.
Especially like the neo soul category, like things when I'm playing more piano and I'm doing more things on the keys.
Mm-hmm.
She listens to that. She likes that style of music. So generally, when I make those beats, I let her critique them and see how she vibes off of them. But when it comes to the hip hop underground stuff, that speaks for itself.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Sure.
but she is a big helper all the time.
So then she will actually kind of be like, hey, you know, this sounds really good, but I think you should do this. Does she ever kind of throw that in there?
Once in a while, usually before I let her hear a track, I try to have it, you know, the way I would if I let anybody listen to it.
Mm-hmm.
But because I know she would really appreciate it more because she's my wife and she likes that style of music, I want her input on it first.
Mm-hmm. Right on.
You know.
You ever written her a song?
Actually, that is one of those albums I'm talking about.
Okay.
It's an album that I'm working on, which is strictly dedicated to my wife. And,
A whole album?
yeah. So far, it's about 11 songs on there.
Yeah. Right on.
Yeah. I haven't put it out yet because I got some other things I want to work out. I think I might have one of them on that list. I'm not sure.
Would it happen to be?
If it says R&B and neo soul next to it, then what's the title?
I'm Glad I'm Yours.
Yes.
Is that one of them? Okay.
Yeah.
Can I play it in the background, or would you?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. I'm Glad I'm Yours. Actually, you know what? I think, man, why don't we? Unless you want to end with something else, I can play that at the end, depending on whichever is better for you.
Man, you the host, so do whatever works for you.
Right on. Right on.
If anybody's listening, like I said, you can find these tracks on my website, which is Lake Street Detour, LakeStDetour.com. Some of these tracks you will find on SoundCloud, but the particular track we're talking about now is on my website.
Okay. Right on. Which is Lake Street Detour.
Uh-huh.
Down there. Okay. Right on, man. Well, we are also going to be talking to Marcel via video. I should say. As soon as we wrap up here, we're going to go into the back green room, and he's going to show us how to make. Basically, I guess you're going to show us what you're going to show us, like how to.
I'm going to take a couple of the beats that I've already done and break it down.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm also going to show as much as I can about what the program does. You know, 'cause my main thing that I like to do is just to help people who are trying to get into this to understand that you do not have to have an elaborate, expensive studio to make either decent music or to make music at all. You know, everything that you need is pretty much just a finger click away. You know, some of these programs I'm talking to you about, I didn't go anywhere to buy them. I purchased them online from the actual retailer's site.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you don't have to have a whole lot of money. It's a little bit of money, you know, that you set to the side specifically to do, you know, what you will for music.
Totally.
That's why I want to show people that. Because the program that I mainly use to mix and engineer my tracks is a program that maybe half, if half, of our listeners probably heard of, which is Mixcraft. Mixcraft is a really good program. It's inexpensive, and it does everything you want, and all the VSTs that you could possibly add to it, and the plugins work with the program.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the more popular program is Pro Tools. That's cool if you can afford it, and then if that's what you want to use. Because Pro Tools, what's good about that program is it links. You can take that file and take it to any studio that uses Pro Tools, and then plug it in.
And it just works.
And it just works. That's cool. But that might not fit you. That doesn't fit me because I'm not visiting every single studio. I figure if I get on that level, then I can afford to have a Pro Tools. You know what I'm saying? Right now, what I do, which is mostly underground stuff, I don't need a Pro Tools.
Mm-hmm. Right on. Right on. So then for anyone out there that's just starting out, or anyone that's even just sitting there and wants to start making beats, they just don't know where to start, what do you think would be the best way for them to start?
Find out what type of music moves you the most. And if it does that, then go from there.
Mm-hmm.
You know? I mean, you gotta have something that moves you in order to have like a creative passion for something. It doesn't only have to be music. You could be an artist. something moves an artist to paint what he does.
Mhm.
You know, so same thing with music. Something has to move you to create that particular style. You know.
Mhm. Do you think that, I guess I should ask you one of the last questions here, I would ask you is, what is it that moves you to write music, to write your songs? What kind of thing happens? Are there any specific kind of things that happen, or kind of moods that you're in whenever you are like, hey, you know, I just need some quiet time to go write this next track, you know?
I don't say I necessarily need some quiet time to go write this next track. I just do it because I listen to a lot of jazz,
Mhm.
you know? And when you listen to a lot of jazz, or you listen to a lot of different music, and you see the influences that certain genres of music have on others, that's what moves me.
Mhm.
Like, I'll give you an example. Some of my friends, like rock, let's take rock music, okay?
Mhm.
What influenced rock music? You know, that's a question, for
Yeah,
real. You know,
blues,
something,
right?
okay, that influenced rock music, right?
Mhm.
But now people will listen to blues, but then when they hear rock, if they don't like, oh, I don't like that, it's all noise, blah, blah, blah.
Mhm.
But the music you do like to listen to influenced that music.
Right.
So if you like this one, you at least give the other one a chance, especially if it's an influencing.
Mhm.
Yeah, so that's what drives me to make the music I do, because right now a lot of those jazz samples that I'm doing, that's because I'm listening to jazz, and then I hear it in a lot of the underground stuff.
Mhm.
You know, you got people out there like Madlib.
Mhm.
He's one of the people I like, really follow his music. Him, and then you have Neptune, and then you have Danger Mouse.
Mhm.
You know, so I'm just naming some of those guys because when I hear their music, it influences me. You got a guy, piano player, Robert Glasper. He's one of those type of players when he's with everybody. That's like what I was talking to you earlier about, you know, one person having a hand in a lot of different stuff. Robert Glasper has done things with a lot of individuals on one album that you normally wouldn't see. You know, he's done things with Badu, Musique. He's done things with this other, I want to say Common, but I know it's not Common. Someone with that style of rap, you know.
Okay.
So he does a lot of things, and that influences me. Because I'm like, all right, cool, I want to try to do something like that because I know I like that music. I'm already halfway there because I play piano too. And then I want this other aspect of it, I got the hip hop. So how do I mix the two? How do I bring the two together to make my own style?
Right on.
You know.
Well, excellent, man. You know, you got to just keep on doing what you're doing, which is obviously working out for you really, really well. Looking forward to getting home and, you know, putting all these on my my computer, burning them, and honestly just cruising it for a bit. It's always great having you here, Chubbs / Marcel. Thanks for being on, man. Excellent. Now, I mean, the radio listeners not going to be able to hear this right now, but you guys can check out this video because we are filming this, as well as the next video that you out there in Radio Land are not going to be able to hear. Going to be going out back into the green room in just a couple minutes, and Marcel's going to show us, kind of break it down as far as the process of creating the music that he does. So we're going to post a video of that on tomorrowsalliance.com, as well as you guys can just search for Good Times Radio TV at www.youtube.com. But yeah, folks, so this has been, Marcel Forrest. Very, very glad to have him here. Thank you very, very much for being on, man.
Thanks for having me back again.
Definitely, and we'll have you on again soon, right, as soon as you put out that next album.
Yeah, that'll work.
Right on. All right.